the Pope was going to have a lunch with with uh, transgender people, showing that he's super liberal and he is super accepting of transgender ideology, even though he's never said anything to that effect. And even his predecessor, Pope Francis, who people consider super woke, um, said that transgenderism is evil. But here was the headline: Pope Leo XIV will have lunch with 4 trans women in unprecedented meeting. And we have people like whoever this is, many large names on X saying similar messages to this. I didn't think it was possible, but this pope might be even more radical left wing than the last one. Whoa. I can't believe this. How could this happen? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Catholicism has fallen. Oh no. And as usual, we realize the actual news story is nowhere near the headline. And in fact, Pope Leo is being heavily criticized by LGBT groups and media outlets. So the people on X who are terminally online are totally blowing the story out of proportion because they think the Pope is too woke. And meanwhile, the LGBT people are mad at him because he's not woke enough. And let's see what actually happened. So they say he's being criticized by LGBT groups and media outlets. It comes after he was accused of a snub to transgenders after they were moved from the top table in a break with a custom from the last few years at the 1,300 person dinner for the Jubilee of the Poor. So can we just acknowledge how silly this is? So here, the original story sounded like the Pope was going to go and have lunch with 4 trans women, like alone, and he was going to go and tell them how great they are, and yes, he should keep being trans because that's beautiful and stuff. When in reality, this was a lunch that had 1,300 people there. It was for a dinner for the Jubilee of the Poor, which, let's be real, nobody is more poor than a transgender person. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that is a genuine poverty of worldview, to believe that your biological sex is changeable and that you're not actually the biological sex that you were born into. That is like genuinely a really sad place to be, and it is a that uncertainty about life, that lack of clarity about life, is a very deep state of poverty. But this is a 1,300 person event, and the Pope isn't sitting across from transgender people and telling them how great they are. They were sitting somewhere in this massive crowd